So let's look at the structure of Audjpy on a weekly time frame. Good. So it's important to know that let's put the strength of structure on a weekly time frame here as a supply roof, here as a demand floor, here as a demand floor, here as a demand floor. Go back to structure, liquidity grab. So a lot of times people call this manipulation. This is now the market follow structure, and the structure is already calibrated. Before you see any action in the market, there is already a design on what it will look like. And that is why you see that price has picked that liquidity at that level and have left. Though it has a little confluence on it, there is a weekly support at this level. If you take it into here, and it provided a further insight after price peak liquidity on the floor, and you have seen a rally. But if you look at the calibration in the market, you see that there is two key reactions that presented itself as a supply roof in the month of October 2021, and when it returned after the break of structure, price came back and reacted at this same spot again. So it's forming the strength of structure from our weekly line chart close, on the ascending trend line. Now a demand floor. So I'll change the color to green. So as long as it's below price, it's green. If it's above price, it's red, indicating future resistance to upswing. So we have seen what price did there, and price came back and reacted at that same floor. Technically, that's a floor to hold responsible in the future. If price comes back into it, you want to hold it responsible for buy based on what it has done. It's a buy floor. So I want to track it way back from 2021 when price established that as a demand floor. So look at the structure in a broader context. And the beauty of the structure is when we try to check its potency, switch to your line chart, and we want to place it on the current high. On the line chart close, it technically gave us the current sell which we had in the month of May. And from there, we have had that disagreement on a continuous upswing through monetary policy intervention from Bank of Japan. So you have seen monetary policy intervention from Bank of Japan, and we have seen that BOJ has kept rate 1%, and we are looking that the yen has technically tapped into a decent rejection roof from the structure which we clone on the floor. We're able to get there, and this is the strength of the structure is here. That's what gave that stuff on a weekly line chart close. And when we place our trend line on it, it gave us what we want. Another thing to look at now is where possibly can price, also drop. And we have seen how price respected here. Here is a potential area to look for price on daily time frame. Sorry, on weekly time frame. If you look at the structure on weekly TF, after a clean break and retest, you have seen price move back. So technically, I'm also looking at for here. But I will tell you for free, AUD JPY will drop. So these are areas I expect that, and you know the way yen intervention happens, can drop direct into the structure and rally. So you can use your fib retracement to check, if they are dropping, where likely. So here tells you 50% retracement around here is very much possible, and price could even come down here. Here is also another beautiful structure of price reaction. That is at golden ratio. So we'll be watching it as the price is coming down, but it will correct. It will correct. AUD, dollar yen a Australian dollar yen will correct from what I'm seeing here. From what I'm seeing, it will correct very well. So another thing that would guarantee if price will get there will determine from the last demand floor. If you are looking to buy AUD, this is where buyers will be considered to have lost the battle. If they fail to redeem this area, then they have lost it. It's very simple and technical at the same time. So buyers must defend this area to show that they are willing to continue. But from what I see, the market has rallied for so long. It's moving in one direction and it has to correct. It doesn't move this way, and especially for choppy candles, the candles are not healthy. But look at one BOJ candle wiping out the entire of, it engulfed up to June, everything April, taking out one bearish candle on a weekly TF. And the beauty here will tell you that AJ remains sell on the weekly time frame. There is break of structure at 111,394. So what you have to see is a retest to a broken structure, bearish continuation, at least up to 107,770, where I see a potential demand on weekly time frame. That's where I see a potential demand on weekly time frame for AUD JPY. In a broader drop, price could return into November floor. So a return into November floor is on the desk. We could see that happen. Yes, that's very much on the desk to see that. So I think that's something that we're going to watch. We're going to watch it. So it's very much possible that that could happen. So that's what I see at the moment, and I think this there's already a bridge here. There's already a bridge, a break of 111,397. So, and you can see on a weekly time frame, price has already rejected that weekly floor, and we have seen that selling resume after break of 114,544 on weekly time frame, and the weekly break of 114,646 will push price into 107,500 for demand. Yes, that's where I see potentially. I see potential buy here. 107. Look at it. 107,700. 107,700. 107.700. Demand floor. And the next we have is 101,225. 101.225 demand floor. So the ascending trend line remains valid. So if price push into the structure, we'll still look at it, but I know there's going to be a deeper correction for AUD JPY based on the structure of the market. Based on the structure of the market. This is what I see technically. From the close of the weekly bearish candle, it's a sign there is a break of structure on 110646. And from the history of AJ, looking at the structure, every time there is a major break of a weekly structure, it is followed by a retest continuation. Let's look at it into context. You see here we have here as a demand floor, we have here as a supply roof, and price return here respected it as a supply roof, break of structure followed by a retest. If price comes back here, here is a demand floor technically. So I'll be watching out for that position. I'll be watching out for that position. I'll be watching out for AUD. It will really be a nice position for AUD, to look at that position there and buy from there, you know. So that's what we see technically, and let's watch it and see what it does as it's coming close. But I know definitely this is going to be a 100% play. Bye.